Hello. My name is Aid Guzman Santo, and I'm going to be talking about rehabilitation psychology. So the goal of rehabilitation psychology is to help people in dealing with and adapting to the chronic illnesses or disabilities that one may have. And this field examines the effects that disease or injury has on a person's life, whether it's on a physical emotional or on a social level. And rehabilitation psychologists help people deal with disabilities, illness, or trauma, increase their mental health and quality of life. So they try to decrease the negative causes of their illness, also help people in recovering their independence and help them make ways or method in which they can work with. So depending on what it is, those psychology come up with different ways or methods to deal with certain things, whether it's for trauma or like a disease or some sort of illness. So they come up with rehabilitation forms so that people can help get over those things. So to make separate treatment programs, psychologies do more often work together with people like doctors or counselors or physical therapists and other medical specialists. And their objective is to help patients get past difficulties that are brought on by their damage, which could be, for example, like trauma or anything that they've had in the past, um, or trouble moving around or communicating or interacting and with certain people, whether it's talking or socially or hands-on. Um, so, along with helping patients deal with life changes and show new ways to participate in activities that are valuable to them, they also show the emotional and psychological effects of living with a disability. So, therapy and rehabilitation, psychology can include teaching uh problem solving skills. So, like, it could teach you ways to solve a problem or change the way that someone behaves or acts and counseling. So psychology do support patients in managing emotions that may come up because of their condition, such as worry or depression or frustration. They also can give caregivers and family members more information on how to help someone on the path to recovery. So this could be in ways that the parents or the family members could come in and help the person with the disability or trauma or whatever they're going with. They could be a big part or role in their life to help them overcome whatever they're going through or whatever they have to overcome. Other people also play a big part to the person's life or recovery process. Um, excuse me. So rehabilitation psychology is important for increasing people's general well-being and allowing them to create full lives regarding of the obstacles because it covers both psychological and physical causes of their problems. So there are different types of ways in which rehabilitation psychology helps, uh, including focusing on offering mental and emotional support to people with chronic illness or disabilities. It helps people in coping to changes in their lives brought on by disease or traumas or disabilities. So, it also works to increase patients' independence and quality of life. So it could this rehabilitation, depending on what it is, can make a big impact on a person and change their world right upside down, like the same way it crumbled down into pieces. It could also bring them back up and help them. It could change someone's life indefinitely, like it does over the course of time, just like it has over the years. Whether it could be in a matter of seconds, minutes, or even years. So they also work to reduce emotional impacts like anxiety, depression, or frustration. Like there are definitely different ways and mechanisms to cope with that, like to get over. anxiety, depression, or frustration. Like there are certain exercises you could also do to get over it. And yeah, now the median salary for rehabilitation psychologists can vary. It all depends on the location or the experience on a specific work or setting. So rehabilitation psychologists, they typically earn around, I want to say, 80,000 to $90,000 a year. It all depends. It could also average anywhere between 60,000 to 120,000, depending on the experience that they have, or um the certification or training or basic training that they need to go through or have gone through in school. But there are different ways that you can get that certain degree or topic. So for example, there are many places in which rehabilitation psychologists work in, and some of them include hospitals and medical centers. And then there are also rehabilitation centers where you can work on like any addiction, like for example, the drug addiction, or to overcome a drug abuse or trauma, or like any sort of abuse. It doesn't just have to be by drugs, it could be by other things. Um, Private practices in which they give treatments and counseling to individuals with disabilities or other physical support. So they give like exercises to people and come to their home, or they set up a place that they can go to, a safe spot or safe place to open up and deal with things. Um, and another place would be a community healthcare center as well. Um, But yeah, those are the median salaries, and someone can average per year depending on how I mentioned before, the experience or everything they've been through, like the degree that they have or training or certifications that a person may have. So the role of rehabilitation psychologist usually includes providing separate and group therapy and making coping strategies, producing assessments, and coming up with ways to work with other healthcare professionals, including doctors or physical therapists or any type of doctors that can come up with ways to help someone or better improve them, to grow and develop is the word I'm looking for, as a person, as a whole as well, or as an individual, because it's known for them to get in a group as well and help many people at the same time and let people talk about what they've been through or what they're going through. And then it helps them hear other people out, so that it could touch many people's hearts and minds and change people's point of view as well. But yeah, that's the end uh of my presentation on rehabilitation psychology and the benefits that it has and the things that they cover in those areas, and the median salaries for it. And if you have any more questions, you can feel free to reach out to my phone number, which is 336-486-3821, or at my Carolina email at guzmansantoz at carolinau.edu. And I'll see you guys in the next one.